you as a friend. I have lived in the goodness of God. Hey, yeah. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so.
When it comes to makeover in Western Jamaica, there's only one name that comes to mind: Nardia's Touch. For body waxing at its best, whether arms, legs, facial, bikini, Brazilian, Nardia's is the place. Shop number 16, Summit Business Center, Fairview, Montego Bay, just upstairs in Myers Here Artistry. To call for appointments, 876-357-2273. We do also relaxing, rinse, permanent, highlights, shampoos, and so much more. Look and feel your best.
Are you concerned for you or your loved one's final expenses? Well, help is on the way with Peter James, your first choice for final expense planning. Just think, no GoFundMe or yard sale, no garage sale. If you're between the ages of 40 to 85, please call Peter for a plan designed specifically for you, for your peace of mind. Please call Peter James at 678-973-5234. He'll customize affordable plans for final expenses to suit your needs. Call Peter James, your healthy choice for final expenses. 678-973-5234. Serving Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and the Carolinas. Again, call 678-973-5234. That's 678-973-5234.
Offers a certificate, diploma, and Bachelor of Arts in Ministry Leadership, as well as Bachelor of Arts in Christian Counseling in Ministry Leadership. We also offer a certificate course in the School of Ministry and have partnered with Advanced Solutions Technical Institute, offering introductory certification in fiber optic technology, mobile phone technologies, and hybrid electrical vehicle servicing. For more information on any of our courses, call us at 876-953-8596 or 876-627-3916 or email us at mainoffice.ecu@gmail.com.
Strikes one. When the clock strikes one on a Wednesday afternoon, it's time for gospel in motion. It is time for good music, for good vibes, for good fellowship. Come in for the music, stay for the fellowship. It's gospel in motion, 1 through to 4 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Come and be. What are you doing this weekend? Well, here's some good advice. Treat yourself to a deep tissue body scrub. Or maybe you need a Swedish, or better yet, hot stone treatment. It's all available by appointment. Call Karen Reed at 876-896-2198. Yo, buddy, it's time for marriage talk. If you are separated, if you are married, if you are contemplating marriage, this is the program for you. Suzanne Baker will take you through the paces of marriage talk. Marriage talk is here on Gold FM every Tuesday at 3 p.m. to 4, broadcasting from the hills of St. James to the world on www.goldradiojamaica.com. Gold Radio broadcasts 12 hours daily on the World Wide Web. Please help us to expand our ministry and our reach to our listeners. Help us by calling any of the following numbers: 876-384-8037 or 876-330-9404. Any amount will be appreciated. Thank you so much for being partner with us as we go for bigger, better service. God bless you. I am Pastor Ivan Hall, CEO of Gold
Wedding
Radio
tips
Jamaica.
from Wedding World, your complete wedding solution from beginning to end. In Jamaica, Section 6 of the Marriage Act states that ministers of religious denominations, whether for one or more congregations, shall be entitled to be appointed marriage officers for the island. However, appointment may be refused if he or she is deemed unfit. Your wedding tip from Wedding World, your complete wedding solution from beginning to end. Call 876-545-1866 or email info@weddingworldja.com.
Your body is our passion and spa. 18 North Street, Montego Bay, at shop number 8 is the place for total body care. We do facials, manicure, pedicure, body massages. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Don't procrastinate. Come rejuvenate. Call Shauna Williams today at 876-591-6448. Your body is our passion and spa.
Listening to Pastor Ivan Hall on Gold
Body is our
Radio
passion
Jamaica.
and spa. 18 North Street, Montego Bay, at shop number 8 is the place for total body care. We do facials, manicure, pedicure, body massages. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Don't procrastinate. Come rejuvenate. Call Shauna Williams today at 876-591-6448. Your body is our passion and spa.
Listening to Pastor Ivan Hall on Gold Radio Jamaica.
On this day, we stand together.
Welcome, 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 welcome. It's 3 o'clock and it's time now for Marriage Talk.
Mother, oh my darling.
And we're going to be having a repeat program today because we are unable to have the regular program, but it will be aired on YouTube. So you can listen live on YouTube. Those of you who are tuned in, tune in on YouTube as we have a repeat broadcast of Marriage Talk.
In sorrow, but we will always try to remember the pain today is the joy tomorrow.
And keep telling them about Peter 4, and it was good. It was, I must say, a pleasant afternoon to all our listeners, those who are on YouTube, those who are on TikTok, those who are on Facebook Live, for those who are in Nigeria, and for those in the diaspora. A pleasant afternoon. It's Marriage Talk. It's another day when we come together to talk about our marriages. How is it that we can make them better? How is it that we can save those that are falling apart? And for those who have the love, you continue to maintain that love, because if you don't, it will dry up, and then problem will come in. So it is important that you continue to work on your marriage. You can't relax. You can't feel as if, okay, this is it. I have arrived. I have made it. I am now Mrs. So and so, or I am now Mr. So and so. I found the love of my life. So therefore, this is it. No, this is when the work starts. This is when you put things in place in order to make the union a better one, a good one, a great one, so that both of you can enjoy it. Last week we talked about the second date, and It was good. It was lovely. I hope and I trust that our listeners did their homework. So you are going to voice note us or you are going to send us your message on WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, whatever medium you're on. You are going to send us, tell us how your partner react to what you did. So please share with us. Tell us what happened. You understand? Because every day you look at your marriage, you will realize that you have to work. You have to work on it to save it. Because if you are not doing that, then someone else is going to enter your union and your union is going to fall apart. So as we are on second date, we are still on second date, but today I would like to put a little mix in it. So today's topic is continue to pursue the love in your relationship. And it is very important that we continue to pursue the love in our relationship. And if we continue to pursue that love, we will go on third date, fourth date, fifth date. We will find ways and means of how to appreciate each other, how to love each other in order to make our relationship work. According to First Peter 4 and verse 8, it says, and above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sin. Another version said, above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love cover a multitude of sins. Simple saying, we have to love our partner enough to when things goes wrong, we learn to forgive them. And when you forgive, you don't keep mentioning it over and over and over. And as your partner sleep, you take the time out to remind them that listen, last year or last month or last week you did the exact same thing. No, you are not to do that because our Heavenly Father, when we sin and we ask for His forgiveness, He just throw them in the sea of forgetfulness. He does not bring up our past before us to say to you that remember that last week you did that. Our Father don't do that. And because we are children of God, we are trying to emulate all the character, the characteristic of God Almighty. We have to practice the same thing. So when our partner do something out of the way, we have to learn to forgive them and move on. Don't forgive them and keep telling them about what they did in the past, what they did and what they did. No, you just have to just forget about it and try to love your partner. And that is why if there is no love in your relationship, if there is no love in the marriage, you are going to have problems. So you have to make sure that love, that four-letter word, is embedded in your relationship. So at all times you can draw for the love. It's like banking in the bank, putting your money in the bank, and you know that you are in a difficulty. So you can always go down to the bank and you take out your money to get yourself out of a difficult situation that you find yourself in. Well, it's the same way for the marriage. When we bank love in our marriage, make sure that the love between us is alive. And well, when things are not going right, we are going to draw for the love. We are going to draw on that love to say, listen, the love that we have for each other, it is going to help us to overcome whatever hurdle, whatever obstacles that is in our way. So it is important that we pursue the love that should be in our marriage. And if you realize that that love is drying up, if you realize that the love is falling apart, you have to rekindle it. You have to rekindle the fire. And that is why you have to be creative in your relationship. You can't take things lightly. So you have to find the time to, to spend quality time with your partner. You have to find the time to have fun in your relationship. And this does not mean that it is going to rest either on the husband or the wife to be the forerunner. No, both of us need to be pursuing each other. So just like he is passing by, and I'm going to throw a compliment on him to say, boy, honey, you look good, you know, man. Wow. I expect that he's going to do the same for me. You understand? Because it is the both of us in the relationship. And so it is the both of us that need to pursue the relationship. It can't be one-sided because over time, one party is going to get tired and say, Chuck, I'm tired, yeah. After all, it seems like I'm here alone in a relationship um that is willing to go the extra mile. No, let it not be. Let it not be. We have to work on our marriage in order to get what we want out of it, in order for the union to last. We have to work on it. And in working on it, we can't be selfish either. We have to make sure that whatever we are doing, it is for the betterment of the marriage. It takes two brethren. It takes two to make our marriage work. And even the scriptures tells us that it takes two. When you check over in the book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18, it says, and the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. So when we find our partner, when we find our wife, we have to bear it in mind that, listen, this lady, this woman that I'm going to marry is my helpmeet for the rest of my life. We are going to join together to make our life better off. And the woman must know that, listen, this is the man that God has given unto me. This is my head and I am his neck. So we are going to work together because one can't go without the other. You will never see a head without a neck. And you'll never see a neck without a head unless it's dead. So therefore, both of us have to work together in order to make our marriage a good one, a prosperous, a prosperous one, we have to work together. We can't take nothing slightly. We can't just leave it for the husband or just leave it for the wife and said, okay, a wife if you do that, or no, a husband if you do that. No, both of us need to pursue the love. Both of us need to pursue each other. So if you're at home and you realize that, hey, a 3 month pass and honey has not given me anything, not even to pick a rose on his way coming in from work to say this is for you. You get creative and you do something. You can't just sit here and look and say, okay, I am waiting on him. Or okay, I am waiting on her. Look all that I am doing. She needs to show her appreciation. No, because she's doing things too. It might not be as great as yours because you are the one who is working the money, but she is keeping the house tidy. She's keeping you clean. She's keeping the children clean. So she's doing her part. So therefore, both of you now will have to pursue each other. So you need to remember that, okay, it's been a while. So I am going to slip into something sexy and nice. So therefore, when honey comes home, he realized that I am still here. Don't you just sit there and wait and wait and wait. 3 months pass, 6 months pass. It runs into a year, and then we start to complain and say, "Listen, but Jana pay me no mind, and Jana, no." You get up and you start something to let him know that, listen, I am still here. And because I am still here, your eyes must be fixed in this position. So I am going to do what I need to do to make sure that your eyes are fixed. It doesn't matter how busy you are, you must take notice of me. So we have to put on that type of attitude in our relationship in order to save our marriage. Because the devil is out there trying to see whom he may devour. So if we are not playing our part, if we are not pursuing each other, if we are not loving each other the way we should, if we are not being creative enough to say, listen, I am keeping the fire burning in my marriage. Something else is going to burn a fire on the outside to attract one party. And that is why when we talk about love, it is something that needs to be expressed because love is an action word. It's not just saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, and you're not doing nothing. You have to do something to show the love. So it is important that we pursue our relationship, pursue our partner. Don't get comfortable to say, okay, we have been married for 10 years now, so I have reached. No, it's now we start to work. You understand? So the 10 years that is gone, we have to make the 10 years that is coming up even better than the 10 years that is gone. And when we pursue the love in our relationship, when we pursue each other and we run into that rough patch, we will know how to cross it together. We won't stay there having a blame game to say it is your fault or is it my fault and stay there. No, we will know how to get through our rough patches together. That is why it is very important that as married people, we take the time out and we read the Word of God at home whether our partners are Christian, yes or no, as long as they are believers, we need to read the word of God together home. So there, when we are going through our little problems or our little situation, we will know how to conduct ourselves. We will know that I am not going to call my husband any or anything. I'm not going to call my wife any or anything. I am going to control my temper because at the end of the day, if I disrespect my wife or my husband, at the end of the day, we will be together same way. And we being together same way. You call me dog and you call me drunk, bro.
Mm.
And we are in bed together.
Lord.
No, imagine. Suppose when you lie there beside you, you look and you just see
What you just
the
called.
person looking like what you call them. What would you do? We have to be so careful with our relationship. We have to be so careful that when things, especially when things goes wrong, we try to control our temper. And even the word of God tell us, but we soon get there. When we look over in the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 19, it says, husbands, 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 love your wife
Yes.
and be not bitter against them. And that is why at times when for some men, when things happen at home, they will not say a word. They allow wife to talk and talk until she blue in the face. And a lot of us ladies, we get even more upset when we are talking and they are not saying nothing. We get even more upset. But nothing is wrong with that. Because
But why do you get more upset when the conversation is one way? What I mean, if you are letting off steam and I say, okay, you know what, make sure just let off the steam and me just keep quiet. Because if I say something, it might make it even worse. So let me keep quiet. What is wrong with that?
nothing should be wrong with that, but because of the human nature inside of us, if we are letting off steam and our partner is not responding,
Yes.
we feel as if he is ignoring us.
Oh,
So
so you want him
that
let off a little steam too?
that thought alone makes us even hungrier.
But
You
you know
understand? But it's not. It should not be, because when you go to the scripture said, "Husband, love your wife and be not bitter against them." So a man who loves his wife and his wife is letting off steam, he might not answer because he knows that if he says something,
every word will be weighed. Every word.
yes, and it might be interpreted a different
A
way.
different way. That is true. That is so true.
So sometimes it's best not to say anything.
Of
And
course. Or give a soft answer
and
according to
it's not
scripture.
that they are disrespectful at times because we have our partner, and a lot of times we know the temperament of our partner.
Mm.
We know. So if sometimes when things go wrong and they don't say anything, we know that it is in the best interest for
Of the
for
relationship.
us
Yes, for the relationship. Yes.
that nothing is being said.
Yes. You know, answer me.
So we
Eh?
might not
You know,
talk.
say nothing. You know, say nothing. Eh? You go on like say a foolish is me attack. You know, say nothing. So if
So
you answer you in a
we
problem,
might not.
Go
He
ahead.
might not say anything today, but maybe tomorrow or the
Yes,
day
when it
after
cool
that,
off. Yes.
he will now say, listen, yesterday or Monday, this happened, and this is how I am feeling now. And if your partner does that, don't get upset either to say, but never make you never answer for Monday. No, just maybe he didn't want to say anything that is going to hurt you. And that is why he did not say anything. So I say to us that listen, let us pursue our love. Pursue the love in the relationship. And in pursuing the love, you are going to realize that listen, we need to have maybe a bit more fun in the marriage. We are too stiff, as they would call it. You understand? Because you know you have some persons that they will say, I am an old tree, so I cannot bend. You understand? We need to put away that mentality too.
And Sister Jones is agreeing with you. Sister Jones from Mount Salem is saying, Lady Sue, you taught the real thing. Real thing. So if the husbands who really love your wives, don't toe to toe with her. Don't toe to. All right.
No, we don't have to because listen, Pastor, a lot of times when we have arguments in our marriage, it is that the argument is the issue, is what is being said during the argument. And a lot of times, the word that was said and how it was said, it cut as deep as a knife. And you have that wound to walk around with, and you have to now dress it and dress it and dress it until it heals. So, in order not to wounded your partner, you are going to think about what you are going to say. You are going to control your temper, or you are just going to allow your partner to speak and you say it's nothing until you know that, okay, I am now calm enough to talk about the situation and then you deal with it. So it is important that we pursue each other, pursue the love in the marriage, go on second date, go on third date, play games, play um surprise your husband, surprise your wife. I mean, you might just I some as last week one listener said we can play that game that you hide the things and then you search for it. So maybe you want to surprise your honey. You go out and you get something, you take it home. You put it in the pocket of his shirt. You put it under his pillow. We have to be so creative in this time in order to keep our love alive. We have so many um things happening on social media. We have so many things that is putting out there. A lot of them is just fantasy. They are not reality. But when persons see them, they gravitate towards them and they will say to themselves, then how come my husband and I or my wife and I cannot do anything for fun? And that is why we have to get creative in our marriage. We can't just take our marriage as a daily routine. We get up, we go to work, we come back home, we have dinner, we go to bed, we might make up, and that's just it. No, No, we have to break out of the routine and do some things that are a little out of the ordinary, put it into that extraordinary gear. So okay, the both of us have the same day off. So what is it that we are going to do on our day off? Is it that he is going to sit and watch his favorite sport and I'm going to sit in another corner and take Candy Crush or Bird Escape or anything? No. We are going to utilize a part of the day towards each other. And we have to make sure that we do these things. We have to. It is very important. So at all times, we need to be pursuing each other in our relationship. We need to be pursuing the love. And that is why if we don't have the love in our relationship, whenever we hit a hard spot or something goes wrong in our relationship, because the love is not there, the relationship fall apart. Both of us is looking in two different directions. All of a sudden, I find a gentleman to talk to, and all of a sudden, he find a lady to talk to, and from one thing to another, when you check it out, somebody else is in our relationship. Not only giving advice, but doing other things. So we have to be very, very careful. Very careful. Work on the union. Work on it there as hard and as best as possible. When we look into the book of Ephesians, Ephesians chapter 4, going down verse 1 to into verse 3, it says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith we are called, with all loneliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Now, when we think about what is being said now, this is simple saying, listen, when we come together, when we became husband and wife, we have to know that we are in this thing until death do us part. It shouldn't be until fine fall. You understand? And that is why we have to allow the spirit of meekness, long suffering, loving each other in order to take us through the course of our life. So we have to learn to be quick to forgive each other. We have to be quick to try to understand each other. So therefore, if I know that squeezing the toothpaste from the middle is a big problem, I have to try to respect my husband enough to try to know that, listen, let me squeeze it from the bottom now. So hard, Yeah, man, never practice me with it. I will not say, listen, make it stand there. Me the squeeze if I when me want squeeze. When me use if you don't want use your fee business that. No, we can't do that. We should not do that. We have to bear each other. And that is why the scripture said, two can't walk unless them agree. So when we get married, when our union come together, we have to try our best to try, start to learn to understand each other. Try to understand what is it that my partner likes and what he doesn't like. And we put them into practice because this thing is not all about me, myself, and I. No, it is about us. It is the us factor or the we factor. We doing it together. Us reaching that ultimate goal. And it is important that we live a good life, that our children can emulate. And when they become adults, they will know what to do from one not to do. So they will know that, listen, if I met a girl and she's abusing me by the way how she talks to me, your son will know that, listen, this is not the girl for me. He will not go up and tie up himself and get married, and then you know that when problems start, he's already married, so there is nothing he can do. From he sees the signs in courting, he will know to say, no man, let me call off this thing from early because this won't be the girl for me. So it is important that we try to live that type of life to be an example for our children to emulate. Yes. Oh, yes. All right. I can see on YouTube, I have Sister Jones, I have Novia, I have Cheryl. Afternoon, good afternoon. Send us your comment. Send us your comment. Don't just sit there now. Send us your comment and let us continue to have a robust conversation. So, in pursuing the love in your relationship, what do you do to pursue the love in your relationship? I I am throwing out this question. So, for those who are on YouTube, you can go ahead and answer. For those who are listening via Gold Radio, send us your voice note. What do you do to pursue the love in your relationship? Okay, I am going over to the book of James. And I know for a lot of us who read the Bible, we know what James is all about. So I go to the book of James, James chapter 1, reading verse 19 into 20. It says, wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God. So, like I said it before, because sometimes when you talk, people don't know that the scriptures are there to back up what you said. But the scriptures are there. If we search them, we will find them. So, like I said before, sometimes when things goes wrong in our relationship, when things goes wrong at home, we are not to be too quick to react. You understand? Sometimes we have to be calm. We have to allow whatever happened to simmer. as they say. So you allow it to settle and then you deal with it. Because sometimes when we deal with the things in the heat of the moment, we do or we said things that we we need to apologize for. And some of us don't like to apologize. So we will not apologize. We will behave as if it is nothing and we sweep it under the carpet while the other person is hurting from what you have said or from what you have done. So sometimes it is in your best interest not to react as the thing happened, but you take the time out, you process the situation, and then you deal with it. And we have to be a good listener. We have to be a good listener. So both husband and wife, we need to listen what the other person is saying. And believe it or not, sometimes you are talking to your partner and they are not listening. They are there looking at you, but they are not listening. And if you think it's a joke, having the conversation, and you quick and said, "What did I say?" He or she will not answer. They don't know what to say because they are not listening. So it is important that we be a good listener. It is important that we are willing to forgive and we watch our temper and our mannerism towards our partner. You understand? Because if you love your partner the way you should, you are not going to say to him or her any and anything. And sometimes it's the things that is said to us cause us to question the love that our partner said he or she has for us. Because when you think about the love and you say, no, sir, that the man there, no, sir, that the woman not love me none at all. Because if he or she loves me the way how he or she said, he wouldn't have said that to me. You understand? He has gone to work. I am at home. He comes home. There is no dinner prepared because I wasn't feeling well. And he's not going to throw a tantrum now and to get upset and order me out of the bed to go in the kitchen and cook me dinner because I'm hungry. No. He's going to understand that the fact that I am not well, trying to find out, even though he's coming in and he's tired, what is it that he can do to maybe help me with the pain or whatever it is that is causing me to feel ill. And then we take it from there. And that is why it is so important that we try to know what each other likes and dislikes. It is important that we pursue each other, pursue the love that we have in the relationship. That if the time comes and one party, God forbid, something happened to same, that he or she cannot express the love that he or she used to express, the love that was expressed before. will be enough to continue to maintain and sustain the relationship. All right, we have Sister Novia. Sister Novia says, I will find out what he wants, what he likes, what he desires, and keep it in the relationship. His favorite meal, put on his favorite color, lingerie, and his favorite music from time to time. Wow, wow, you understand. So, Sister Novia is agreeing with what I'm saying that listen, we have to pursue each other. So if you are there and you realize that 4, 5 months pass and we have not done nothing special, you need to strike a pose, as the song said. You understand? So you need to do something. You need to get creative. I said, listen, honey, it's been a while. So, we need to rekindle something here. But just don't take it for granted and leave it. We have to work on it and do all that we can, all that lies within us in order to make the marriage work. When you find that person to connect with on planet Earth, it is an awesome feeling. When you find that person that allow your heart to skip a beat, just the mention of his or her name, you feel that butterfly on the stomach, in the stomach. You know that, yes, yes, this is it. You are at home, he or she decide to call home to say, hi, how are you for the day? You have that excitement that start to build up inside, just waiting for he or she to get home. You know that, listen, you have something to continue to work on, continue to keep those feelings alive. Because when these type of feelings dry up, you know that your marriage is in for trouble. You know your marriage is in for problems. And you have to try your best to maintain and make sure that these type of feelings in the marriage don't dry up. You have to make sure that the butterfly experience is still there from time to time. You will feel it in your stomach. The excitement goes from his or her voice from time to time. It is there that it keeps you alive. No, there is nothing that is there that is bringing that excitement in your soul. You need to check yourself. Something needs to be rekindled. Something needs to pursue. Something is lacking. Something is dried up. So we need to get back, as the songwriter said, we need to get back to the basic. We need to get back to remember what was it that has drawn us together and reactivate it, re-energize it. So our relationship will last. It is important. Very, very important. Very, very important. I know you might be saying to yourself, Bob, it seems that Lady Sue is all by her lonesome self. That's all right. That's good. You just need to send me your feedback on YouTube and we will continue. to keep the conversation going. All right. I must say to us that the greatest commandment that is on earth now, it is to love. It is to love. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Good. And love is the greatest commandment. You understand. And that is why it is important that when we find love, because I don't believe that we get up and we marry anyone. I am not talking about business marriage now. You are going to get married because you want a green card, or you are going to get married because you want to go to America or any other foreign country. No. I am not talking about those marriage. I'm not talking about business marriage. I am talking about the marriage. A man and a woman fall in love, fall head over heels, as they say, for each other. And they decide to get married and join together for the rest of their life. No, because love is the greatest commandment. You have to make sure that love is in your marriage. You have to make sure that you are pursuing love at all times. You have to make sure that the love that is there is kept alive. You have to. You have to. So make sure that you are spending some quality time with your partner. Make sure that you are playing games together. Make sure that you are doing fun things to each other. Take nothing slightly. Make sure that all the elements that is needed to make your marriage a good one, a great one, is activated and they are working.
Yes, 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 yes. I am so sorry that I had to slip out and slip back in, but I hear the advice giving make sure you have fun. Sister Bev Mac could help us there with having fun in our marriage. Hello, Sister Susan.
I am here, Pastor.
Oh, I
Yes,
was
sir, I'm here. I'm here.
I was
Yes,
just I had to slip out and slip in because circumstances beyond our
I
control.
know.
Yes. But I see Sister Jones have a comment here. I don't know if it's pertaining to the subject, so I'm gonna play this voice note that she sent.
Brother Jones
Okay,
is
sir.
listening. But Lady Sue, all what you're saying is true. Is not the argument, is what words that spoke in the argument that caused head top the liver and hat cover drop a ground. The words are powerful.
Um, let me play that again. Let me hear.
But Lady Sue, all what you're saying is true. Is not the argument, the words that spoke in the argument that caused head top the lift off and the pot cover drop a ground. The words are powerful.
And if you know Sister Jones, she says it like it is. Always, Sister
That's true.
Sister Turner. Yes.
That that's true. That's true. And that is why I say to us that I I thank God for knowledge.
Yes.
I thank God for knowledge every day because a lot of times when you don't know a thing, you don't know. And because you don't know, you approach it in a certain way. But when you know things, you have to approach it differently.
Yes,
So
yes.
for us who are now listening to marriage talk, for us who are now being educated or re-educated, we now know that we have to approach our marriage in a different way, a different format. You understand? And as Sister Joan said, a lot of times in argument, it is what is being said, and it
Yes.
cuts so
That
deep as a
fuels
knife.
the yes, that gives the intensity to the argument. Yes. True.
You understand? And sometimes the word that was used, it plays in your mind over and
Over
over and
again.
over again.
Yes.
You understand? And sometimes even what was said corrupt your thoughts and your mind.
Yes.
Because when you see your partner coming now, the things that start to bubble up in your mind are not nice things, you know. No,
Sister Novia.
they're not.
Sister Novia is back, and she has
Yeah,
sent a voice note. So I want to listen to what Sister Novia, her comments. Let- Let's go to Sister Novia.
Good evening, everyone. Living Pastor, Lady Sue. Question: I know a young couple who got married recently. They're having a terrible time, and I'm looking at a young couple should like intimacy, but one doesn't. One like to put themselves together, the other one doesn't. It's like everything. It is different. How do you pursue a relationship like that?
Wow, now on the big, seriously. Um, ladies, who?
no, I didn't get all of it. So it said it
Um,
falls in the.
the thing is that
Oh, so tell me what she
le-
said there.
she said that a young couple, recently got married, and one is into intimacy and the other is not. Let me play it again. Let me play it again because I don't want to misquote her. Let me play it
Good
again.
evening, everyone. Living Pastor, Lady Sue. Question: I know a young couple who got married recently. They're having a terrible time, and I'm looking at a young couple should like intimacy, but one doesn't. One like to put themselves together, the other one doesn't. It's like everything. It is different. How do you pursue a relationship like that?
The question I have to ask, ladies, who
Yes, sir.
is how did they get together in the first place? If they are so wide apart, poles apart, was it for another reason that they got together?
I
Maybe they are good friends outside of marriage, but when it comes to marriage, no, the package that as is in marriage, that everything you should get in marriage, they're not prepared to do that.
Pastor, you know what? I observe that a lot of times. I don't want to be picking on a certain species, but it is true. A lot of times, a man will see what he wants in a woman,
Yes.
and he will put himself in that position where you will fall in love with him because he realized that is what you want and that is what you stand for.
Yes.
But after marriage, he now turned over into his real self. So you now realize that, listen, is this the man that I marry? Is this the woman that I marry? After
Uh-huh.
a year into the marriage, you realize that this is not the man or this is not
All right.
the
No.
woman because they now take up that prophet that
Right.
they were professing and now
The mask.
put out their true. Yes, they unveil themselves and
Yes.
now you are getting the real them.
The real
But I'm
them.
going to say to
Wow. We are having.
that it is. You have to work at it gradually.
Okay.
So if you are going to work on the appearance, work on the appearance um first.
And I think the time for getting married, you know, the preparation time, no discussion or any probing. Some of the people getting married these days are getting married too quick. In other words, you just met the person, you didn't even get enough time to know that individual because their true colors will come out, you know. You will see signs of their true color, you know, over
Yeah, but
time.
not in all cases.
No man, over time. Over time.
Not in all cases, Pastor,
Maybe
because listen,
maybe 3 months
it
is
is
too quick. 3 months is too quick to know a person and get married to them.
sometimes all a year and you don't know them.
Right.
Year
No,
and a
but
half.
I'm saying the more time you get is the more you will see. So
Yes,
if you spend a year to get to know the person, you will know a lot about them, you know. You're not gonna know everything. You're not gonna know everything. But you will know some significant things because you're not going to just be in one setting all the time, you know.
yes.
You
But
have
let
to
us
take
try to
different setting. So sometimes the rush to get into the marriage is the problem because some people not
yeah,
taking time to know the person and to
well,
um
that is true
and
and sometimes
you might never know from them all about them. So you have to know, get acquainted with the in-laws and the other people that have to do with this person. You understand? Because if you are depending on them, they will mask until the year until the cows come home. But you're going to know them now through other people, and not to say that you're going to know everything about them through people, but you are going to know some of the little things that that um that you need to know because I put it to you that some people ignore the signs even when they see it. They ignore it because maybe they're going in for a financial break. Maybe they're going in because they have been called all kind of names, and everybody tell them so them can't get nobody. So they latch on to the first person they see and hope that it will work. And all for a whole heap of different reasons, people are getting married. And when they get
yes, but
married
we need to
now, they
but we need to try to advise this couple and what to do because
all
you
right.
know that
Now
you have to try
this couple,
you have to try to see if you're married. It
yes,
doesn't matter all and these are areas that can be saved. These are not areas that um you will
is
say,
irretrievable.
okay,
Is
there is
irretrievable.
no hope.
Yeah,
These
right.
are areas that can be that can work on.
My
So I am
advice.
going to say to Sister Novia to say to the wife in this relationship, listen, when you go out shopping, buy matching colors. So if you buy yourself a brown blouse, buy a brown shirt for your husband too.
Okay. So
So
you start dressing now.
yes, so you try to get him to say, listen, because we are going out together, let us dress
Mm-hmm.
the same, in the same colors, in the same this, in the same that.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody see us, they will know that we are a unit. We are together.
All right.
So
So that's
you
one
can start
front.
right with that,
Yes.
and
The intimacy
see
part.
if he will turn in that way. So you start to introduce. We're going together. We want to look like each other. Same
Right.
color, same this, same that. You understand? So that might just work in order to get him to start to want to fix up, because everybody know that when couples go out, especially when they dress like each other, they get compliment left, right, and center.
Yes. Yes. So so
So
so
that could help.
so what about the
And
intimacy part of it now? How do you,
be,
because the man might be
be,
the aggressor and the woman might be the turn off. Is it and I dare say that sometimes it's one chain of reaction from one thing to the other. So maybe because of the dressing, this woman turn off for the man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know which one of them don't want the intimacy,
yes.
but
So
maybe
we are coming into the intimacy now.
yes.
So you work on the whole putting yourself together aspect. Start by buying colors to match each other. Start from there. If you are going to church together, make sure that whatever color one wear, it's what the other one wear, until you realize that he will start to get comfortable, and he will start to want to put himself together because of the compliment that he
He's
will be
getting.
getting.
Sister Novia is back.
No,
Sister Novia is back. I don't want to cut you, but Sister Novia is back. So I want to hear the development in this story now, because I think
yes,
she has some addition to give to us so that we can talk.
go ahead, sir.
In this relationship, unfortunately, is the wife does not like certain things. The majority of things, what even me, myself, Novia would like, she wouldn't like it, and she's younger than me. So the man will like the fancy stuff, like dressing up, going out, as you say, matching colors
Okay.
and such, but she's not for it. The man will want to bring home chocolate and or something that
Hi.
she desire, like she does not appreciate it, and
Okay.
even running from the husband.
I
So
mean,
I'm wondering,
hold on.
maybe you can give me something that I can say to this couple.
But
All right,
sister lady.
all right. So
You know, man, you need to give us more because
no, hold on, Pastor. No, man, it's all right. We have what we can work on.
no,
We
sir.
have what we can work on.
Okay.
So I am going to say to the husband, I need for you to send her somewhere, whether send her in town, send her somewhere, and you stay at home and prepare your bedroom. Prepare it nicely. So you might need to get some candles, um, get some rose petals, throw on the bed, and get yourself prepared. And when she gets home, when she gets home now, and she get in, I know that she's going to surprise by the setting. Now you are going to say to her, now listen, honey, I create this atmosphere not for us to make love, but for us to talk. I created this atmosphere not for us to make love, but for us to talk. No, I need you to tell me why you are afraid of this type of affection. Because just maybe something might happen in her past that allows her to be afraid. That issue has not dealt with us yet. So she was living and she met a man that she liked. And I mean, yes, she has feelings for him, but know that it's that time to get close to him. The past is now alive. So therefore, the past is hindering her from going forward. So you need to create an atmosphere that will say to her, listen, I need for you to talk. I need to know what is it that we are dealing with. So we can either get help one way or another. If you love me enough, if you want this relationship, you are going to talk. So create an atmosphere that I believe that any woman out there find themselves into that atmosphere will want to talk. They would want to release whatever it is that is keeping them from loving their spouse or their partner. So I say to Sister Novia, say to the young man, create a romantic atmosphere, not with the intention of making love, but with the intention of getting your partner to talk. Now, if that does not work, let us know. And then we need to take it to another level.
It is certainly surprising to hear that the woman is the one who is not romantically inclined. It is really.
Yes, it is. But like I said, Pastor, maybe something has happened to her in her past that allows her not
And
to
that's a
be.
flaw. That's a flaw. No, not with her. No, I'm talking no. Individually, that's a flaw with a lot of people, men and women, who are going back on the bunks back. If you understand what I mean. If a relationship was not finalized or it was not closed properly, don't start another one. You know,
And that's just it.
if there is there are issues or baggage from the last one that you never got over, it is unfair to the person that you are getting involved with for you to be unleashing those
No,
baggage.
because
It's unfair.
marriage marriage must be enjoyed.
Yes, it must be
Enjoyed to the
enjoyed.
fullest.
So that for
Um,
the men out there and the women who you didn't end the relationship, are there are things, issues that you are still struggling with, and you have to get into another relationship, please ask for time to get over some of the things that
yes, you
you're
need
not
to
you,
clear your baggage.
yeah, you need to, because you need to be
You need
fair
to.
to
It's
the
very
person,
important.
and tell the person, listen, I don't want to get into a relationship right now, right? I don't want to get into a romantic or a intimate relationship right now, because the last one that I was in, be fair and upfront. Maybe it is that the person can deal with it when you tell them straight up, you know. But make them know, and don't just take it out on them, and don't just. I'm not saying that this
No,
is a situation, but it
no.
sounds so. Based upon what you're saying there, I agree. If there is something in the past that
There's something that is holding her back.
right.
So they will have to find a way to deal with it. So I say to this gentleman, listen, create an
Mhm.
atmosphere that might just allow her to talk. And then you will know what to do. But marriage is to be enjoyed.
There you go.
Someone said to me last week, they said, I have never heard Pastor all so excited as he was last week. I have to say to myself, is that the pastor all that I know? Wow, he sounded as if he was a kid talking about the second date.
In fact, I'm going to make it real. Seriously, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it very shortly. Yes. But
You
Sister Novia is
understand?
back. Sister
But
Novia is back. And, that's why we miss her so much, That is why we miss her so much because she makes a serious contribution to this program. So, Sister
Yes.
Novia, let me go back to her.
Okay. Thanks for the info. I will let the husband know. I hope it worked because he's away and he showed her a lingerie, and right now she's upset and crazy. She want to end the relationship. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but I think
I
that
am
would
worried.
work.
I am worried.
Don't
I am
let
I am
the
concerned.
I am
husband
very
don't
concerned because,
put the
I'm
intimacy
concerned.
towards, but let she talk. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
all right,
All
now,
right.
now,
Like I said,
eh,
Sister Novia, when he gets back home, um, give him the advice and see what will happen, taking it from there. Because this sounds as if this individual was hurt in a very terrible way. And she did not deal with the earth. Know that the fact that she has found an husband,
yes.
whenever the husband moves towards her, whatever her experiences, it is coming to life.
And there's another
So
possibility, There's another
I
possibility.
I believe that she might need counseling. She might need to counseling. So if and when her husband return and he make that approach, if she talks or if she doesn't talk, I will say to the husband, go and seek some counseling for your wife.
There's another possibility too. There's another possibility. And
Go ahead, Pastor.
just say this. And I'm not being negative now. She might just be in the wrong company. The person that is advising her might just be the wrong person to advise her to. Because it sounds like she's getting counseling elsewhere, or somebody is advising her. Because no woman in their right senses, your husband is romantic and is showing affection
Every woman wants that.
yes, I mean, so it means then, and I'm not being judgmental, but it means then that maybe she not the wrong company. Somebody that she's talking to is saying Alman Tanso, or that kind of way. So if you are getting the wrong counseling, please cut off the counseling.
Please,
Then, you know.
yes, most definitely. Because listen, in this time and age, to find a husband who is hot,
I want you
put
and
that there,
buy
and
things
what
come
who
come.
desire
Yes,
is to ravish you with love, like
yes.
Solomon. Come
Oh
on now,
Jesus.
it's every girl's fantasy.
Come on, Sister Susan. Talk to them.
It
Yes,
is
man.
every girl's fantasy.
Yes.
It's every girl's fantasy to know that when your husband looks at you, you can feel that desire,
Yes.
that love, that excitement on the inside. Come on, it's every girl's fantasy. And not to mention when, you know, as the songwriter said, he did everything that was right. Come on now, it's every girl's fantasy.
Yes. The thing
It's
is,
every girl.
there are
And
sometimes in marriage you
and that is
cannot.
why, Pastor, we
Mm,
need to, even as Christians, because a lot of us use our Christianity to be getting, and it's not so.
and the scriptures don't
Because
encourage that. The scriptures don't
oh
encourage that kind of behavior. In fact, the
Oh
scriptures,
no.
I mean, there are so many cases in the scripture where it encourage the husband and the wife to. Yes, Sister Novia is back.
Good point. That's why I'm concerned. I even said to the individual, girl, what is wrong? I am here searching for a husband. I want who would treat me nice,
Yes,
love God with all his heart.
yes,
And there is some changes is in the husband, what he has done since they are together.
yes.
You understand? The husband is willing to work, but she is afraid. As you said, I think something must be wrong. It can be on both sides. It can what Lady Sue has said, and it can also be what Pastor what you have said. It can be the both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she
Okay.
has
No,
been
no.
hurt,
Listen.
traumatized, and not fixed, maybe, and she's
Yeah.
getting counsel from a wrong person. I believe that is it because
Maybe
I can't see through it. Honestly, I really can't.
Yes, yes, yes. Something is not
and
right.
something is not right. And as ladies, we have to remember that um you have ladies who are afraid of the size of their partner. Yes,
Well,
you
I
do
mean
have that.
that can solve easily. You just
And
need to
that's what
talk.
I was going to say.
Yeah, that
That's
can
what I
solve
was going to
easily.
say.
I
So I hope that is not an issue because listen, if
mean,
it's as small as a pencil and he decides to curse
right,
you with it, he
right.
can.
Yeah,
And if it's the size of a banana and he decides to
yes,
curl
yes.
with it, he can. You understand?
And if it is the size
And
of a
that is why,
cucumber,
and that is why love in a relationship is very important
yes. But 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 but
because
but, but
if your partner,
physically, a lot of women would not be terrified these days. A lot of women will not be terrified physically. I mean, there's so much
you never get
information.
them, but maybe she's from the old school.
No, but what I'm saying is a lot of information is being bandied around right now, and a lot of eh, eh, the scope of sexual relations, intimacy there are so many things you can do to address that. You know, so it's not something that can fix if it's that simple.
That's it.
It's something that can be addressed with proper counseling. The
Either
both of
way,
them can get help, to man need to
either
know
way.
how to
So
treat the woman with gentleness, and the woman need to know how to accommodate her husband. Yes, yes, it can be
exactly.
addressed. Yes, it can be addressed if that is a
It can
problem.
be. So whatever it is, I mean, can be it can be rectified. And if this woman loves her husband and wants to save her marriage, it can happen. Because
Yes,
listen, a man that is full of loving, who wants to give love, and if you are not willing to facilitate your husband, somebody else is going to do it for you.
sad, sad,
And when
sad, but it's true.
and when you think that you have a husband, somebody else gone with him. There's this
Yes,
thing that is on the television on Monday night that is called Scissors Cut.
yes. I'm
I
never.
wish a lot of married persons could watch it.
Mhm. Never seen it.
Good. Oh, it is good. It
Hmm.
is good. You understand it. Based upon the marriage, wherein the husband is now having an affair on the outside. And his um reason for doing so, he said that it's because the wife, when they were married, when they were just married, they were excited. they were this and they were that, and now everything gone dry.
Wow.
She is busy looking um a career. So he is still busy finding somebody to keep that um
Fire.
that fire. Thank you,
Mm.
Pastor. He's so busy looking somebody to keep that fire burning. You understand? And now the wife catch up on herself now and realize that listen, the things that I used to do with my husband, I no longer do it. And she wants to do it now, but the husband is not interested
Wow. Wow. Ship sail.
because somebody else is burning the fire that she used to burn.
And that is a very sad comment, but it is a very popular occurrence. There are a lot of marriages who um could have been saved that kind of situation, but because it was taken for granted, and I say to the husbands and wives, don't take your marriage for granted, because it will go south. It will go into that sort of situation. Don't believe that because the woman is with you now, that she will always be there if you are not paying her attention. Don't believe that the man will always stay because he's married to you. You understand? You have to make investment in your marriage. You have to take up um
Exactly.
good investment, time, energy, and all that it takes to make your marriage work. All that it takes.
All that it takes. And that is why when I come on this program and I encourage our listeners to listen, be creative in your marriage. Don't have everything on the same routine. No, there's a time and place for everything. So there comes a time when you need to get sexy. There comes a time when it's not. There comes a time when both of us need to hit the shower together. There comes a time when we are not. There comes a time when we need to light some candle in the bedroom. Or if we are not doing nothing, we are going to light some scented candles and we are going to lie in bed and allow the aroma to fill the room.
Yes.
We
I,
have
I
to
I
be
forget the name
creative.
of the
We can't
flavor.
just sit here
I
and say,
forget the
okay,
name
me
of
married,
the
so me read, so me don't. No.
I forget the name
You
of the
we
flavor that I love. Whenever they scented candles, there's a certain flavor that when I inhale that, it smells so nice. I don't remember the name of it. I wonder if Sister Suzanne can help me out. I mean, that it's like it sends shivers up my spine when I smell that aroma of that candle.
it's not the lavender one.
Say it could be, it could be. It's a
The lavender is
a
very nice.
purplish.
Very nice.
It's very, very sensational. It's very, very nice.
We have to be creative. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have to light it in your bedroom. You can light it in your bathroom. So your husband comes in and he's going to shower late in the night. You just turn off the light and you light the scented candle. You understand? So while he is showering, he is smelling something nice, different
Yes.
from the body wash or the bath soap. But
Yes.
we have to be creative. We have to keep our the fire in our relationship. We have to
Yes.
keep it going.
Oh.
We have to. My my husband said to me the other day. He said, um, babes, I don't like the brassieres that you wear. I said, why? He said, oh no, I don't like them. No, I used to wear one type of brassiere and I changed from that style to this style. Out of the blue, my husband said, dear, I don't like them. I said, okay, you don't like? I went out and I get a new set.
What would have made
You
it nicer
understand?
too? What would have made it nicer is if he choose the ones that he would like to see.
Remember, remember that he is not here, sir. So I have to
Oh.
do things on my own. I have to do things,
Why?
put it in place until he returns
I don't
home.
have no
You
problem. What's them
understand?
keeping them up?
I love those.
Why
He
they
doesn't.
keeping them up? We don't
So
have no
I
problem.
make sure I went out, I get some that he likes. Because
Okay.
I know he likes them. Because when he sees me on the phone, he said, here. Something is happening down there. I said, yes, there.
Aye, aye.
You understand? Because this is how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is. We have to make sure that that communication is there. We have to try to balance up the thing. You understand? So if my husband comes in and decides to say, okay, dear, I am tired of the house dresses that you are wearing. I need to see you in something a little more sexier in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Something
I am going
transparent.
to get it.
Something transparent.
I am going to get it.
Yes.
I know that when anybody comes to me, I am not going to go out to them
No,
like,
absolutely not. No.
good.
For
I am
his
going to
eyes
cover
only.
myself. I am going to change, go out, do what I have to do. And when I get it back, I'm going to change until he gets home because this is how he wants to see me.
For his eyes only.
Of course.
Yes.
So we have to be willing to work on our marriage. Just like how if I believe that he is to walk around the house without shirt, that every now and then I get that nice firm six pack before my eyes. I
Aye.
expect it to be done.
That's you. Yes.
Yes.
I'm working.
Because
I'm
listen,
working on my 8 pack. Ah. Aye. Oh
listen,
no.
we have to work on our marriage in order to make sure our marriage works. We
Yeah.
have to appreciate it now because as when we are getting older and older, things start to decline. Our body changes. So we have to make sure that we create great memories. So while we are getting older, we enjoy our memories. We will sit and say, boy, you remember when? And we have a good laugh and continue life.
Wow. Wow. Old master time has gone on us. But I believe that this is the second dating thing here is a very, very important thing, because some people didn't even enjoy the first dating. They didn't,
Exactly,
it was
Pastor.
cut too short. There was too much hurry and too much anxiety and all of that. So the second dating thing now is time now to maybe correct some of those things and do it right and take your time and do it to perfection,
Yeah, man.
so that
Some
the
things that
partner can enjoy what it really was.
yes, some things that we wanted to do on the first date, we could not do it
Right,
or do it courtship. We know we could not do it because we weren't legal
right. There you
to get
go.
it done.
Hmm.
But now that we are legal to get it done, we can do it.
Hmm. All right. Let me see who this is.
Uncle send back the radio address on this phone. Come here outside.
All right. We will certainly do that. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Sister Susan. Lord, you had to do it all by yourself today. I know. I know. Hush. Never mind. Next week we will do it together.
Okay, Pastor. Well, that's how it is. That's how it is. I just hope and I trust that as we listen, we will encourage others to listen. Tell them to like, subscribe. Tell them about the program. Let them know that listen, this program is really down to earth. There's nothing that is being talked about that you cannot understand. There is no word that is used in that you need to go and search up the meaning because you don't understand. It's just simple and forward. It is just simple and straight. It is enlightening and fulfilling. You understand? So we all need to listen up so we can go and make our marriage better ones. We can go out there and save our marriage. That our marriages don't have to end up in divorce, where we are now searching for somebody else and we are going to cause that person to be committed whether fornication or adultery for the rest of their days.
Lord, wow.
Because
We need to also say, love your partner. Love your partner. The one that you choose, love that partner. The one that you got married to, love your partner. And treat
yes,
and make all effort to treat them good.
On this day,
All effort to treat them
we
good.
stand
enjoy the life.
together
Yes, yes,
and pledge our love to one
That
another.
has been marriage talk for today.
Oh, my darling,
You can listen.
I will love you.
Thank you so much for joining us for Marriage Talk.
There will be
And it was a repeat broadcast right here on
an all
Gold Radio Jamaica.
the lies before
Join us again next week, same time when we have another Marriage Talk.
gives the love that
This is Pastor Ivan Hall saying, have a good evening.
we will always try to remember. The pain today is the joy tomorrow. And now together